All right, welcome everyone to the Virginia Association for Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. So that's how important the Q&A is, so be sure to use that often throughout the fair. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for more at the same website that you registered for this particular session. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available in about a week on that strivescan.com/Virginia website. So without further ado, I am going to pass it over to our very first presenter, Hollins University.
Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and share my screen. This is the one. And all right, can everyone see my PowerPoint? I'm going to hope the answer is yes. Well, hello everyone. I am super excited to be here tonight. My name is Marianne Vernelson, and as mentioned, I am representing Hollins University. So Hollins is located in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia. The city of Roanoke is small, but a vibrant community with a thriving downtown and countless outdoor recreation opportunities. Campus is a convenient 15-minute drive from shops, museums, restaurants, and an airport. Campus is also located near regional metropolitan areas like Washington, D.C., Charlotte, North Carolina, and our state capital, Richmond. These nearby cities give students new places to explore on day trips away from campus and become home to students completing month-long internships sponsored by our alumni networks in those areas. Founded in 1842, Hollins is the oldest women's college in Virginia and is home to about 800 students. Hollins students are encouraged to explore their own unique interests through the liberal arts and have 29 different majors to choose from, as well as a number of minors and pre-professional programs and tracks. With an average class size of 11 students, students are supported through close relationships with their professors and advisors. In addition to academics, our thriving Division III athletics programs compete in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, or ODACs. If you're an athlete, check out hollandsports.com to learn more about our teams and the recruiting process. Despite our small size, we value being a diverse community where all identities and perspectives are welcomed and celebrated. You'll find that about a third of our students identify as students of color and/or Hispanic or Latinx. Our community embraces students for who they are and strives to make Hollins feel like a home for everyone. Our students here at Hollins have the opportunity to join any of our 27 clubs and student-run organizations and are encouraged to create organizations that represent their interests by drafting a club constitution, gather members, and proposing a new club idea during SGA's weekly Senate meeting. Our active student organizations not only enable students to find community on campus among peers who share common interests or identities, but also give students access to leadership roles and event planning experience as they host different activities and events for the campus community. Student government is a vital part of Hollins' life, beautifully summarized by their mission statement. Student government strives to be advocates for the student body and to improve the community through active participation and leadership. All undergraduates are members of SGA. With more than 80 elected SGA positions, anyone can be an active leader on campus. Students with a variety of interests, talents, and goals are welcomed by SGA to become new leaders on the executive, judicial, and event planning boards. A hallmark of the SGA experience at Hollins is the weekly student-run Senate meeting held on Tuesday evenings. Senate brings together student government leaders, any and all students as general members, and sometimes faculty and staff members to review current events, make announcements, and discuss student concerns. In addition to in-class academic support, Hollins encourages students to take their learning beyond the classroom. The Rutherford Center for Experiential Learning ensures that all students have access to hands-on learning through study abroad, individual research, internships, leadership, and community engagement. 91% of Hollins students take advantage of these opportunities, and access to these programs is guaranteed for any interested student. These are just some of the ways in which Hollins stands out among other colleges and universities nationwide. It's hard to define what makes a typical Hollins student, but I think their passion for our community and ways of getting involved is something that binds us all together. So if this sounds like a good fit, let's talk about the application process. It is free to apply to Hollins, and you can use either the Common App or our own online application through hollins.edu. In addition to the app itself, we will require a high school transcript and either a secondary school report or a letter of recommendation. Test scores are optional for this coming year's applicants, and we truly mean test optional. Students will be considered for both admission and scholarships, whether or not they choose to submit test scores. Just to give you an idea of where our admitted students fall, the average GPA and SAT of this past year's admitted students were about a 3.7 and 1190 respectively. But keep in mind that this is just an average. Our review approach is very holistic. We put a lot of consideration into things like your essay, extracurriculars, letter of recommendation, and through our holistic review process, we strive to get to know our students personally. On this slide, you will see our 3 different application types and deadlines. We are committed to affordability. And this is just our scholarship guarantee. Definitely sign up for any of our upcoming virtual sessions. We have a whole bunch of them and they're awesome. And take a screenshot of this slide if you have any questions. We would be happy to be in touch.
All right, thank you so much, Marianne. Up next, we have Brad with University of Colorado Boulder.
Great, thank you very much. And hopefully you can all see my screen there. Happy to be here with you today. My name is Brad Clough, and I'm the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions at the University of Colorado Boulder. I also work with all the students who are in the state of Virginia, so I will be your admissions counselor as you navigate any of the questions that you might have in the search process and possible interests in the University of Colorado Boulder. So giving you a quick snapshot of who we are as an institution, this is a great glimpse of our campus, gives you an idea of the size of our campus. We are a larger institution. We're the largest in the state of Colorado. We're the flagship institution in the state of Colorado. Everything that you're going to see there with a red roof is our campus. Then everything surrounding it is the city of Boulder. And of course, our beautiful backdrop, the Flatirons there as part of the Rocky Mountains. We're a campus of about 35,000 total students. About 28,000 of those are undergraduates, and about 42% of our students come from outside of the state of Colorado, from all over the country and all over the world. And even though we are a larger campus, we still want to stress that capacity for you to create those relationships with your professors. So we still have that student to faculty ratio of 18:1, and the opportunity to not only engage with your professors, but also your fellow classmates across the different curriculums. And we're going to talk about those academic opportunities in just a moment, but also taking advantage of everything that Colorado has to offer in terms of outdoor activities, but also on-campus activities with over 500 clubs and organizations. You'll never be bored if you're at CU Boulder. We're also very proud of what our students are doing, not only in the classroom, but through research and also through civic engagement. It's why we've been named one of the top 25 colleges for students who want to change the world. I'm always asked, what is that typical CU student? And I always say they're extremely active, they're engaged with one another, and they're engaged with the world around them. They want to better the world around them as well. And I mentioned Boulder before, that we are proud to be a part of the community of Boulder, and our students are really welcome to be active members and make Boulder their home. And we really welcome the Boulder community to be active parts of our campus community. And it's why we've been named one of the #1 college towns in America. Also, the US News and World Report recently named Boulder as the #1 place in America to live. And then you also have access to Denver, which is just 30 miles south, and that is the #2 place in the US to live, according to US News and World Report. So you really have a lot of great opportunities to live in vibrant areas, not only on campus, but surrounding as well. Speaking of academics, we have over 100 different majors in 8 different colleges, schools, and programs. So lots of opportunities for you to determine what will be the best path for you. If you're not sure what you want to study, I'll draw your attention to that program in exploratory studies. If you have divergent interests, if you're not sure what will lead to a certain career, or maybe you just need help figuring out what that career will be, you can still apply to CU Boulder as an undecided student. About 25% of our incoming class enters in through the program in exploratory studies. And then you work with academic advisors who are going to help you find the best fit path in your way into one of the other 7 colleges, schools, and programs, joining that program on the screen. Our College of Arts and Sciences is certainly our largest college on campus. About 65% of our students have a major within the College of Arts and Sciences, even those that are on pre-professional tracks like pre-med and pre-law. Our College of Engineering and Leeds School of Business both have distinctions as top 20 programs in their respective areas in the nation. And then all of our programs are going to really emphasize those hands-on experiences with the newest technology and what is going to be up and coming in the field. Some of my favorites are the use of augmented reality in the College of Media, Communication, Information, or the opportunity for students to actually build new and innovative ideas and have that come to fruition in their senior year through our program in environmental design. Students in their first year do live on campus, any of our 24 residence hall communities. They are guaranteed and required to live on campus that first year. There you see one of our residence halls on campus. It's actually the tallest building in Boulder with great views of the Flatirons, and it will continue to be the tallest building in Boulder because there's a building ordinance that nothing can be taller than it. So you could be at the top level and have great views of the entire surrounding area. Taking advantage of, again, everything that the state of Colorado and the surrounding area has to offer. A lot of students are drawn to it by the outdoor activities. Certainly not all about outdoor activities, but some of the things that you might participate in are concerts or meeting with friends on Fair and Field in the middle of the day. The marching band also practices there. Maybe it's intramural sports or club sports, or maybe you just want to skate on the ice rink or run on the treadmills or use the weight room within the rec center. If you're into biking, we have miles and miles of paved and also mountain bike paths. If you're into skiing and snowboarding, usually a big draw for those students who want to come to Colorado, we have great access within just a couple of hours to Breckenridge, Vail, Aspen. But if you want a quick run in on the afternoons, Eldora is the closest mountain to campus, and it's just 40 minutes away. Hiking trails right into the Flatirons through Chautauqua Park, which is just 15 minutes from campus. But then Boulder is also known for its thriving theater, its music scene. It's a foodie scene as well. We're a great tech hub. We're thriving for businesses and entrepreneurship. So great opportunities to engage in multiple ways. And you also see our football stadium there. We are Division I. We compete in the Pac-12 conference. So big time sports, big time stage. Some of the other things our students will take part in is certainly study abroad. When the world opens back up to us, we have over 400 different programs in 65 different countries, so we can really find a program that's best for you. We are recognized as a Tier 1 research institution and one of 65 colleges and universities that are members of the AAU, and our undergraduate research opportunities program can connect you to staff and faculty who are doing research in your specific area of interest. You can blend that creative side if you're artistic with technology as well. Or if you have that brand new startup idea, you might compete in our new venture competition, which has a top prize of $100,000 to go to that startup idea and have it help come to fruition. Just some dates as you think about applying. Early action and regular decision here at CU Boulder. Both are non-binding, so you can apply either one. If you apply early action, you're going to hear back earlier. We apply through the Common App, and that application will open up on August 1st. And if you want to learn a little bit more, this was just that quick snapshot. Certainly visit our colorado.edu/visit for all the virtual opportunities to engage with us, sample lectures, information sessions, one-on-one appointments with myself or our current students. Great ways to learn about us while in lieu of being able to visit campus at this moment. And of course, my contact information if you have any additional questions. And with that, I will turn it over to our next presenter.
Thank you, Brad. Up next, we have Samantha with Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Samantha. I am an admissions counselor for Fairleigh Dickinson University. We are located in New Jersey, and we do have 2 New Jersey campuses and then 2 campuses abroad. If you take a look up in the right corner, we have our mantra, which is personal, global, and transformational. And today I'm going to tell you about how FDU takes a personalized approach to education and transforms students through global and experiential learning. So we, like I said, have 2 different campuses located in New Jersey. We have our Metropolitan campus, which is located in Teaneck, New Jersey, and then we have our Florham campus, which is located in Madison, New Jersey. And I'll tell you a little bit more about them in just a moment. FDU has over 100 different majors and concentrations across both of our campuses. And lots of different great learning opportunities with that as well. And I'm going to touch upon that in just a moment. Like I said, FDU has a personalized approach to education. We have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio, but the real question that you want to ask schools when you're interviewing or getting to know different colleges is what their average class size looks like. And for FDU, our average class size is about 16 to 18 students. And what's really great about that is you get to know your professors and your professors get to know you. You're not just going to be a face within the classroom, you're also going to be a human being, and they're very invested in your education. You also really get to know your classmates as well, and those are your future contacts for when you are graduating and looking for a job in the real world. We have over 146 different clubs and organizations across both of our 2 campuses. Our students are very involved, and there's a lot to get involved in. If there's an interest, however, that you have that we don't currently represent, we definitely want you to get it started at FDU. It's not just about the university making its mark on you, it's about you making your mark on the university as well. I mentioned earlier that we have some really great learning opportunities with those, all those different majors and concentrations. We actually offer 43 different combined degree options, which are 4+1 opportunities for a bachelor's and master's program. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to get your master's degree within 5 years. Typically, it takes about 6, so you get to save some time and you get to save some money because you get to start your master's level courses in your senior year. So you can apply your undergraduate financial aid towards those classes. So we definitely want to make education as affordable as possible. We also have over $108.8 million invested in university-sponsored scholarships. We actually just recently lowered our tuition. We're very proud of that, about 22 to 25% for the fall of 2021. And we have merit scholarships that range up to $24,000. So we're really trying to make education as affordable as possible. And that merit scholarship is in addition to any other financial aid that you will qualify for by filling out the FAFSA, which becomes available every year on October 1st. We have 2 different campuses, and they each kind of have their own personality. Metropolitan campus, like I said, is located in Teaneck. It's actually located in 2 cities, Teaneck and at Hackensack. We're split right down the middle of the Hackensack River. And it is located in kind of a city metropolitan area, hence how it got its name. This is the campus where you're going to find our Division I sports teams, which means that this is the campus where we're allowed to offer sports scholarships to students. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. It has a little bit of a bigger population on this campus. And because we're located in 2 cities, we find that there's a lot of different transportation nearby. So about 50% of our freshmen will live on this campus. Our Florham campus, in comparison, I like to call this more of our traditional campus, whereas Metropolitan is like our hustle bustle campus. Florham is where you'll find our Division III sports teams. It has a little bit of a smaller population, but it is located in more of a residential area, so that we find about 72% of our freshmen will live on this campus. So each of them have their own personality. Metropolitan campus, like I said, also offers our Division I sports teams. This is just a list of all the different sports that are available on each campus. If you're interested in playing a sport for FDU, I highly recommend reaching out to our coaches. They're available on our webpage. I always tell students, CC all the assistant coaches as well when you reach out to that head coach, because you'll get your name in as many people's heads as possible, especially when it comes to those Division I sports teams. It's a little bit more of a competition to land those spots because of those sports scholarships. FDU is a liberal arts university, so we have a lot of different programs going on. Like I said, over 100 different majors and concentrations. We're known for our business program as well as natural sciences and education. We do have the Peter San Martino School of Education, which is known as our Quest program, and that incorporates also one of those combined degree options I mentioned earlier. We also have prestigious programs in hospitality and nursing too. And with all of our programs, we make sure that we incorporate experiential learning at all different parts of your program. And like I said, it's all about experiential learning at FDU. So we have different internship opportunities and mentoring and networking. We actually assign you a counselor within career development that knows the field that you're going into. And they're able to counsel you on based on what you're looking to do and what your goals are for your career. We also offer global study and travel abroad, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. One of the coolest things about FDU is our location. We are so close to New York City, but we're kind of far enough away where you get a little bit of residential life. We take advantage of it for a lot of different things, including fun trips for Broadway. We do trips for the Statue of Liberty and world-class museums. Student life organizes shopping trips and things. So we take advantage of it for the fun things. But the other great thing about FDU being so close to New York is that we're so close to different job opportunities and internship opportunities as well. We also have our 2 campuses abroad. We have our Roxton campus, which is located in England, and Vancouver, which is located in Canada. And we'll pretty much send you wherever you want to go at FDU. And we really want to get that global learning incorporated into your education. So here's a little bit of information about the application process. We are available through FDU's Common App or FDU's application and the Common App. We offer early decision and rolling admissions, and we do offer a priority deadline, which is December 1st, and that's the last thing I'll talk about today. If you apply and complete your application by December 1st, you qualify for a $1,000 renewable grant that's renewable all 4 years. You also get maximum scholarship consideration, and there's a free application waiver. So definitely take advantage of that and apply at fdu.edu/go.
All righty, thank you so much, Samantha. And just a reminder, definitely use the Q&A and to ask any questions to any of the representatives or directly to a specific institution. They're here to help you out and answer any questions you may have. Up next, we have Lainey with Verto Education.
Awesome. Thank you so much. My computer is being a little bit lagging right now, so I'm going to share my screen and hope it goes well. So Verto Education is definitely something a little bit different. We offer fully accredited college semesters, that first semester of college, but you're traveling around to different countries. So some think of us as a gap year without the gap because we are that college semester, or you can just think of starting college in a non-traditional way. After your semester with Verto, you transition to your college of choice, wherever that may be. You transfer those credits that you earned with Verto to your university, and you're still graduating within that 4-year timeline. I'll go ahead and play this video. I hope it's not too choppy. So that is Verto in a nutshell, in a very exciting nutshell, but that's what we are. We're really embracing non-traditional start to colleges. We really believe in experiential learning, as well as providing more students from every walk of life with the opportunity to combine higher education with international travel and international experiences. When you look at Verto, our overall mission can really shake down into 3 big pillars. The first is the best first year of college. The second is admissions to a great fit school, which is where our partner universities come into play. And the third is an affordable college education, because as we know, tuition is a huge part of college. So the best first year of college can mean a lot of different things for for everybody. When you're looking at Verto semesters, there are definitely some pretty strong threads throughout these. So the first one is just looking at where we're going and what we're doing. So we're really, our students are not making an impact as a tourist, rather we're helping to connect them with the community on a number of different levels. So if you're looking at our semesters on campus, those are in England, so in Europe, so England, Italy, and Spain. Those are more traditional in a lot of ways. And then the field semester are very much non-traditional. So we're staying in smaller villages, more rural communities. So they're working alongside community members almost daily. So very, very immersive in their own ways. And really just trying to help students understand the history and the global issues going on in these countries. So the coursework, as I mentioned, we are fully accredited. So students are earning 12 to 16 credits per semester with us. So you have discussion-based classes, you're earning those freshman general education credits. So it's great for students regardless of your major. You're gonna have to knock out those credits anyway. You might as well do it in an awesome country. We, all of our semesters, our Verto students are with our Verto professors as well as our program leaders. So you're really in a Verto family, a Verto group. And we're doing not just academics, but other stuff as well. And we do that as a Verto group. So throughout all of our semesters, we also have a life skills and college readiness seminar that we weave throughout. So this is looking at everything from how to study for tests and set goals to what is financial literacy and student debt and loans. So looking at our on-campus semesters, just really quickly, again, these are the 3 in Europe. So our course selection has actually grown a lot. So all this information will be up on the website, but you can see you're staying in England, in London. So you're in a big city. That's where all these campus semesters are. They're very vibrant, pretty traditional study abroad when you're looking at it like that. You're staying in a residence with other Verto students, but as I mentioned before, you do a lot of awesome day trips as well. The field semesters, you guys are staying in a different location each month. So it's traveling around maybe to a different country every month or just to a different village, different location of that country every month. Staying with a smaller group, so 20 students max with your program leaders, and really just getting that field experience. So if you're learning about environmental science, we're partnering with organizations to work on environmental science projects. So really great for hands-on learners. We do a lot of excursions in the field semesters as well. These are really built into the daily schedule. We do have a year-long Change the World Honors Program. This is for super motivated and academically excited students. The second pillar is admissions to a great fit school. This is where our partner colleges come into play. So when you apply to Verto, we are free or non-binding. We're test optional. It's a 2.5 minimum GPA. When you apply to Verto, you can apply to up to 5 of our partner schools at the same time. What that means is it's a free application to those schools. You do get reviewed holistically and a quicker admissions turnaround to those universities. These are just a couple of our partner colleges. As I mentioned, we have over 50. We have almost 60 at this point. So that list is always growing, big, small, public, private, all across the board. So it's a great way to get into some really incredible schools. We also have a transfer guarantee post your Verto semester to 27 of our universities. Last but not least, affordability. When you're looking at our semesters, we aim to be as affordable or more affordable than a traditional four-year university semester. So we keep those tuition right in line with the US average. So we have a range starting at 15,000 going up to 25,000. This includes 3 meals a day, the lodging, the excursions, all of that stuff. And we do accept federal financial aid. We also have institutional aid, grants, and scholarships, and we accept any external scholarships as well. So this can bring the tuition down to as low as 10 or only 5,000 per semester. So pretty incredible. If you are interested in learning more information, you can always hop onto our website. You can scan this QR code or check out our Instagram. We actually have 4 of our 6 locations that are currently running abroad. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much, Lainey. And last but not least, we have Maggie with University of Lynchburg.
Hello, everyone. I'm just pulling up my screen here. Hopefully we can see everything. So my name is Maggie Flynn. I'm an assistant director of admissions at University of Lynchburg. I'm also a 2016 alum, so I'll tell you right off the bat, I'm pretty biased. I work primarily with students in Northern Virginia, so I hope to be able to share a little information about the university that'll be helpful. In terms of where we're located, Lynchburg, Virginia, yes. So we're a nice medium-sized city. We have kind of a nice balance of that fun, thriving city life with tons of different restaurants. It feels like a new one's popping up every month. We have our own minor league baseball in town, tons of events and festivals that come through. But we're a huge hub in the area for outdoor recreation. So kind of that nice balance. And then being that medium-sized city, you're typically able to get wherever you need to in about 20 to 25 minutes, which is nice as well. Some fast facts about the university. We have just under 2,000 undergraduate students and about 1,000 graduate students. So we really do pride ourselves on our size in having that close-knit community. You'll see the average class size there is about 16 with a student faculty ratio of 11:1. So I remember my first year, some of my larger classes maybe being as large as 25, 27, but you're never just a number on a roster. You know, your professors are going to know your name, really engage you in a more dynamic style kind of classroom learning experience. But they're also going to take an interest in what you're up to on the weekends and what clubs and organizations you're involved with. I remember my smallest class being as large as 8 my senior year, so nice balance there. In terms of what our undergraduate academic structure looks like, we've been operating as a university for a number of years. We did transition from Lynchburg College to the name University of Lynchburg back in 2018. So you'll see our 5 different colleges listed out there on the screen. We have over 100 different majors, minors, pre-professional programs, tracks, certificate programs. So whatever it is you're interested in, we definitely have something for you to be able to explore that. And then again, with professors and advisors who are really there to help you find that niche and really explore different areas. And that's why 90% of our students do report being really satisfied with their overall academic experience. We also have great opportunities for students to continue their education at the graduate level. Let's say you want to be an athletic trainer or a physical therapist or a PA. You can actually indicate your interest in those programs at the time of applying, go through a screening process, go through an interview process, and you can actually have a seat saved for you in those programs. So it's a really great funnel opportunity to have that seat saved for you to help our students really achieve their ultimate career and educational goals. So taking the learning beyond the classroom is really a core principle of the Lynchburg experience and Lynchburg education. So there are a few ways we're kind of able to promote that. The first is through internships. That's not something that's going to be unique. You know, every school has an internship program. I think something that is unique to our program. We have over 1,000 opportunities where students can get up to 12 credit hours per internship. So Nick here on the screen, he developed research in building a telescope part through a 3D printer for our observatory part of campus. And he actually used this research to earn a highly competitive internship with the Department of Energy. We also have our students being able to take advantage of study abroad. So almost 1/3 of our students will end up studying abroad all over the world, everything from Vietnam, Iceland, India, Guatemala. I spent a semester abroad in Argentina as a student, so there are lots of great opportunities there. A big reason so many students are able to take advantage of those opportunities is because we do have designated scholarships, grants, and financial aid for those programs. So anything from semester, year abroad programs to some of those professor-led trips over January term, over the summer to knock out some of those gen eds. And then also through research. So more than half of our students are going to be completing research alongside professors during their time as students. Many of them have the opportunity to get that published at the undergraduate level, which is incredible. And that's a big reason why so many of our students are able to get into fantastic graduate level programs. But it's not just all about learning, you know, the student experience is a big part of that as well. I always think it's hard to say there's one type of Lynchburg student because I do think we have a really diverse group of different students of passions, interests, everything like that. We have over 70 different clubs and organizations, fraternity and sorority life on campus, club and intramural sports, and we host over 2,000 activities on campus every single year. So there is quite literally always something going on, something to do, a reason to get out of your room and really find your home here on campus. But we're also pretty serious about sports. So we are NCAA Division III, parts of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference in a highly competitive region. More than half of our students are involved in sports on campus, and we're actually the only D3 team streaming games online on ESPN, which is kind of neat. So if you're kind of interested in learning more, the next step would be learning about the application process. You'll see that listed out on the screen here. A few things to know: it's free to apply through the Common App or our website. We're typically able to provide an admissions decision within 2 to 3 weeks. You'll see those required materials there on the screen. And do know that every single admitted student is considered for both admission and scholarship, whether or not they submit test scores, and scholarship is guaranteed for all of our admitted students. So we would love to have you on campus, come show you around. We are open for tours Monday through Friday at 10 and 2, as well as some Saturdays. We also have a number of different virtual programs, student panels and stuff like that going on, and we would love to engage with you and show you around that way. So thanks for tuning in and learning more, and I hope to be in communication with you all soon.
All right. Thank you so much, Maggie. And I am going to invite all of the presenters back on video, and we're gonna just do some quick questions that'll be for the greater good of the audience and answer down the line. And again, if you all have any questions in the audience, feel free to submit those through Q&A. But the first question is going to be, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So if we want to start with Hollins.
Sure. This is always such a great question. My go-to answer always used to be go physically visit the campus, and I think that still is what it is in my heart. I know that given the world, that's harder than ever right now, but a lot of universities have really incredible virtual opportunities that are as close as you can get to physically visiting without doing so. But if you can physically make it to your campuses, there's just a feeling you get walking around the campus that you can't quite get from going online and doing your research that way. So I guess even though it is a little bit harder right now, my piece of advice is still visit colleges.
All right, so my piece of advice would be to keep an open mind. You've heard from fairly different institutions here just today, but considering out of state, in-state, alternative options like maybe a gap year or other opportunities, I think can be very easy to say, oh, I'm only going to this one institution or one type of institution, but you might go visit another school, or you might find out different things that might appeal to you differently and could totally change your mind. So keep an open mind and vary your search process.
I always tell students, start off with a little bit of soul searching. You want to get to know yourself a little bit so that you can find out what you're looking for within the colleges that you're searching. Lots of different colleges offer so many different resources and different things on their campus, and you want to make sure that they're going to apply to you and that they're going to be available to you if you need them. So that first starts out by, you have to do a little soul searching.
I second all of what everyone has said already. And I think just to add, yeah, just be really kind to yourself. There's a lot of pressure, I'm sure, coming from counselors and parents and even just friends all around. So just like take everything in stride, yeah, follow your heart, as Samantha said, and just try to be organized about things and don't stress too much. It's not the end of the world, I promise.
Oof, it's hard to follow that and come up with something that hasn't been said. But I guess there's one thing I would add as a piece of advice, it would be to stay in touch with your admissions counselors. My favorite thing is when I get a text or email from a student, looking for more info and looking to connect. And I'm sure my colleagues on the screen would say the same, especially in a world where it's a little hard to make those in-person visits right now or really make those connections. I think that could be a great way to learn more about the school and get connected to students, professors, programs to learn more about.
All right. Next one is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
This is such a hard question for me because Hollins has a bajillion different traditions. Being an all-woman school that was founded in the 1800s, We have so many unique and quirky things on our campus. I think just in general, probably the most popular of these traditions is Tinker Day. Tinker Day is basically one random day in October. You will be roused from your sleep by seniors banging on pots and pans. And together, the whole Hollins community, all of our students, we all have a day off of class. It's just a random fun day off of class, unannounced previously. People will put on silly costumes and everybody together will hike Tinker Mountain, which is a little mountain near us. It's a really great metaphor as well, because if you can literally lift one another up a mountain, you know that you're gonna have a really tight-knit community. So yeah, Tinker Day, man.
All right, this is an easy one for me, and I think if you ask most people across CU Boulder's campus, they'll probably mostly answer the same way. But my favorite tradition would be the running of Ralphie. Ralphie is our live American Buffalo mascot, and at the beginning of each football game and at halftime, she runs a loop around the football field. So it's something pretty impressive, whether you like sports or not, to watch a 1,200-pound animal run a loop around the football field at about 40 miles per hour. It's something that obviously builds a lot of school spirit and something that you can't really see anywhere else.
Mine's a little animal related as well, and a little selfish too. I'm a proud dog mom. And so my favorite event that happens on campus it's every year, is right before finals. Our student counseling service will actually bring puppies to campus, and they get to interact with the students, kind of just to calm down before you take your next exam. And it's my favorite thing because I get to pet the puppies.
So since Verto has 6 different campuses, we and are also relatively new to the higher ed scene, we kind of have this opportunity for students to create their own traditions, which I think is really cool. One that I think is probably a student favorite is for our students that go to the South Pacific. When they arrive in Fiji, the local community members all get together with our students and our staff, and they have it's a traditional kava drinking ceremony. So kava is this local Fijian root, and it's just like a very warm welcome, and our students and staff always really love it. And it's such a great way to just, yeah, become a part of the community on day one.
I would have to say one of my favorite events or traditions on campus would be finals blowout. So normally at the end of the semester, we have this big, huge festival that goes on with bouncy houses and massage therapists and food trucks and lots of different kind of fun things that go on. I think it's a great way for our students to kind of, you know, let some steam off at the end of the semester and kind of celebrate their hard work. And that was always one of my favorite things as a student as well.
Okay, last one. Give us an interesting or fun fact about your school.
This is also a hard one. I think that personally, one of my favorite fun facts is that Hollins is the only school in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, the ODACs, that does not have a mascot. So if you ask, oh, what's the Hollins mascot? We don't have one. We just cheer for the green and gold.
All right, forgive me, but I'm sticking with the Ralphie theme here. And so 53 years ago, when we got our first live mascot, our first Ralphie, Ralphie 1, the way that we actually received her was that a rancher in the state of Colorado actually rescued the baby buffalo from a coyote's mouth and then donated it as the live mascot to the university to care for, and then thus began our tradition.
I think one of my favorite fun facts about FDU is that on our Florham campus, it's actually built on the Vanderbilt Twomley family estate. It was like their vacation home for 3 months out of the year, and they would come to just watch the leaves change in the fall. And this mansion is beautiful. It has over 100 rooms, and what's really cool is that it was actually included in a movie pretty recently. It was in the Chicago 7, and so we had lots of different celebrities on campus, and it was a great opportunity, especially for like our film students, and just like also just really fun bragging rights.
Yeah, I think there are a ton. I think one really cool thing is if students do join Verto for a full year, if you pick and choose your semesters correctly, you can go to up to 5 different countries for your first full year of college, which I think is pretty rad personally, but we do a lot of cool stuff that I think makes our semesters cool as well, but that's probably tops the chart.
All right, and my fun fact is going to be athletics related. So we have 24 varsity sports, and our first sport on campus was baseball, and we actually established that team on campus before we had a coach. So kind of fun and random, but it always makes me laugh.
All righty. Well, I want to thank all of the presenters for being here and sharing all their great information about their institutions and organization. And as you exit the Zoom webinar, you will be taken to a quick survey. It's 4 questions, so we'd love to hear your feedback regarding this particular session. And as I mentioned in the beginning, we have a few more sessions coming up in the next couple of hours. So feel free to check back on that schedule if you want to continue to connect with different colleges and universities across the nation. And this session will be available with the recording on the website in about a week. So I hope everyone has a great evening wherever you are, and thanks again to the presenters. Take care.